All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a topic that feels like it's everywhere right now, healing your nervous system. But we're going to cut through all the noise and make it super simple, totally understandable, and most importantly, empowering for you.
And hey, if you're already nodding your head at this, I just want you to know you are so not alone. That feeling of being constantly wound up, or maybe even the total opposite, just feeling completely checked out, that is a real physical thing happening in your body. And today, we're going to figure out exactly what it is. You know, what's so wild about this list is just how, well, normal these things can feel, right? Snapping at somebody in traffic, that constant hum of anxiety in the background, or just zoning out scrolling on your phone. These aren't character flaws. You're not broken. They are signals. They're basically little messages from your body telling you something's a bit out of whack.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to build this understanding step by step. We'll start with a really simple metaphor. Then, we'll look at the actual biology. Don't worry, we'll keep it easy. Then figure out what causes the damage, discover the solution that's already built into you, and finally wrap up with a practical toolkit you can literally start using today.
Okay, first up, let's kick things off with a really powerful metaphor that I think just makes this whole concept click.
This brilliant idea comes from Mel Robbins. Think about it. When the wiring in your house is working perfectly, you flip a switch, the lights come on, they're steady, they're bright, your smoke alarms are quiet, only going off when there's an actual fire. But what happens when that wiring is damaged? Maybe a storm caused a surge. Well, the lights start to flicker. The alarms go off for no good reason. And that right there is exactly what it's like to live with a nervous system that needs a little bit of repair.
Okay, so we've got this great metaphor of faulty wiring, but let's look at how the system is actually supposed to work. What does the blueprint for our body's electrical grid even look like?
Okay, so think of your body as having two main operating systems that run on autopilot, a gas pedal and a brake. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains this perfectly. Your sympathetic system, that's the gas pedal. It revs you up to handle danger, that whole fight, flight, or freeze response. Then you have the parasympathetic system, that's your brake. It slows you down so you can rest, digest your food, and repair your body. Now the problem isn't that we have a gas pedal, we totally need it. The problem is when that pedal gets slammed to the floor and just gets stuck there.
And this is the sweet spot we're aiming for. It's an idea called the window of tolerance. This isn't about being calm and zen all the time. No way. It's about being in this flexible zone where you can handle what life throws at you. You can hit the gas when you need to, for sure, but you can also easily tap the brake and come back to a place where you feel safe and connected.
So this leads us to the million-dollar question. What causes those nicks in our wiring in the first place? What gets our gas pedal stuck to the floor and makes that window of tolerance feel so tiny? Well, the answer is a word that, I know, can feel really big and intimidating, but we're going to break it down.
Let's go right back to our house metaphor. I want you to forget what you think you know about trauma for just a second. It's not always some huge, dramatic event. It could be any experience, big or small, that was just too overwhelming for your system to handle at the time. Anything that put a nick in your wiring.
This definition from Mel Robbins is so helpful because it's so inclusive. See, it's not just about the event itself, it's about the lasting emotional response. And let's be honest, we have all lived through stressful or scary events that have left a little mark on our internal wiring.
And this is such an important distinction. Researchers talk about big T and small t trauma. Big T is the stuff we usually think of: car accidents, natural disasters. But the small t traumas are just as powerful. These are those ongoing, distressing things that slowly teach our nervous system that the world isn't safe, like growing up with constant criticism or never feeling like your needs mattered.
And this quote right here, this is the absolute game changer. This unlocks everything. Your internal fire alarm isn't just ringing because there's a real fire. It's ringing because it thinks there might be a fire. Your system learned from your past what it should watch out for, and now it might be overreacting to things that aren't actually dangerous anymore. It's like that smoke alarm that starts chirping in the middle of the night just because the battery's dying.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the problem, the flickering lights, the false alarms, but now we get to the good stuff. Now we move from the problem to the solution. And this is the part that should give you so much hope. You don't have to live with faulty wiring forever. Your body comes with its own built-in master switch, like a main circuit breaker, that you can learn to flip to bring the whole system back online and restore that steady, reliable flow of energy.
So what is this magical switch? Well, meet the vagus nerve. This thing is incredible.
It's like an information superhighway that runs from your brain all the way down through your body, connecting to your heart, your lungs, your gut, pretty much all the major organs. And here's the kicker. It acts as the primary brake on your stress response. Learning how to consciously turn this thing on is the secret to flipping that master switch from danger to safety.
So we found the master switch. Now the big question is, how the heck do we actually learn to use it? Well, that brings us to our final section, the practical tools. Think of this as your personal repair kit for rewiring your whole system.
But before we dive into the tools, we need to get this one crucial idea straight. It's from Gilles Guérin. Imagine your nervous system is a boat with a hole in it. The tools we're about to talk about are like a bucket to scoop out the water, and they are absolutely essential to keep you from sinking. But true, lasting healing, that's about patching the hole. It's about teaching your system that the things it learned were dangerous are actually safe now.
Okay, here it is, your simple 4-step repair process. First up, you have to soothe yourself in the moment. This is all about hitting that brake, activating your vagus nerve with simple things like humming, taking a slow, deep breath, or even just placing a warm hand over your heart. Next, number 2, you retrain your system with play. Play is amazing because it blends the energy of the gas pedal with the safety of the brake, and it gently teaches your system it can handle a little bit of energy without freaking out. Third, you get curious and identify the root cause. When you get triggered, what's the belief underneath it all? Maybe it's I'm not safe or I have to be perfect. And finally, number 4, you rewire that belief. You take tiny, safe little actions that prove the old belief wrong, giving your body new, concrete evidence that you really are safe now.
And this really brings it all home. The goal was never to live in some kind of bubble completely free of stress. A healthy nervous system isn't one that's always calm, it's one that's flexible. It can rev up to meet a challenge, and then it can settle itself back down once the challenge is over. It's all about resilience, not avoidance.
So at the end of the day, this is what it all comes down to. The power is truly yours. You have the tools. You have that master switch right inside you. The wiring can be repaired. So the only question left is, once you restore that steady, reliable current of energy, what amazing things are you going to power on in your life?